students, myself Dr. Bharti Patil, working as an assistant professor physics in Maharaja Jivajirao Shinde College, Srigonda, Ahmednagar. We have started our syllabus related to solid state physics, and in that we have covered few of the points related to chapter number 4, that is magnetism. In our today's lecture we are going to see what are the farads and what are the different types of farads. We know that in our previous lecture we have seen the various types of magnetic materials such as ferromagnetic materials, antiferromagnetic materials and ferrimagnetic materials. So, in case of ferrimagnetic, while explaining ferrimagnetic materials, I have told you that the example of the ferrimagnetic materials are nothing but the farads. What are the ferrimagnetic materials? Ferrimagnetic materials are the type of magnetic materials in which dipoles are present, in which dipoles are present, but their magnitude is different. Their magnitude is different and their orientation is also opposite. So these dipoles are not having equal magnitude and hence they will not get cancelled out and hence net magnetization will be there, and this is the property of ferrimagnetic materials. As we heat the ferrimagnetic materials, they get converted into paramagnetic materials. So their susceptibility values depends on the temperature, same as ferromagnetic materials. So ferrites are the class of the ferrimagnetic materials. What are ferrites? Ferrites are the class of ferrimagnetic materials whose conductivity, electrical conductivity value is very less. So we have seen the ferrimagnetic materials. In case of ferrimagnetic materials, dipoles are present but they are of unequal size and they are in opposite direction. So they will not get cancelled out wholly and therefore there will be net magnetization on the substance, and also as we increase the temperature they will lose the magnetism. So the ferrites are the class of ferrimagnetic materials whose electrical conductivity value is very less, that is they are resistive in nature. Then their chemical formula is written as Ab2O4. The ferrites are given by the formula Ab2O4, where A and B are the different metal cations. A and B are the different metal cations. So ferrites are nothing but the mixture of various metal oxides, and in that most of the material are nothing but the Fe2O3 or Fe3O4. So they are made up of iron oxides and the other metal oxides. Also, I have just now explained you that as if we compare the electrical conductivity of the ferrites with the ferromagnetic materials, then their electrical conductivity is very low. Then next, based on the magnetic properties, these ferrites are classified into soft ferrites and hard ferrites. So based on magnetic properties, ferrites are classified into soft ferrites and hard ferrites. So one by one we will see what are soft ferrites and what are the hard ferrites. The example of the ferrite is these are belonging to ferrimagnetic materials, class of ferrimagnetic materials. Now we will see the types of ferrites. Types of ferrites. There are two types of ferrites, soft and hard ferrites. Then how the ferrites are classified into soft ferrites and hard ferrites? They are classified into soft ferrites and hard ferrites on the basis of the BH curve that is obtained. During studying the ferromagnetic materials, I have explained you what is BH curve. BH curve is also called as hysteresis curve. It means that if we take a ferromagnetic material and if we apply the external magnetic field, then as we go on increasing the magnetic field, then magnetization will be produced in the material and it gets saturated at particular value of H, and above that there will not be any increase in the magnetic induction. And after that, if we try to reduce the applied magnetic field, then at this point this H becomes 0. At this point H becomes 0, so B should also become 0, but it will not become 0, and hence this magnetic field which persists, it is called as remnant magnetic field. It is called as remnant magnetic field. And again, if we decrease the value of H in opposite direction, then it is observed that at the value of minus H, here B value should be there, but it becomes 0. So this value, it is called as coercivity. This value is called as coercivity. This value is called as coercivity, and this is called as remnant magnetic field or residual magnetic field. So what is coercivity? The coercivity is nothing but the value of applied magnetic field which is required to remove the remaining magnetic field in the substance. So these two properties are very much important, that is remnant magnetic field and coercivity. So the nature of the hysteresis loop. We have obtained such type of hysteresis loop, and this portion is called as remnant magnetic field, and this portion is nothing but the coercivity. So based on if the size of the value of remnant magnetic field and coercivity are more, then the size of this hysteresis loop is going to more. So based on the size of hysteresis loop, there are two types of ferrites, soft ferrites and hard farads. So what are soft farads? So in case of soft farads, the remnant magnetic field is less. The value of remnant magnetic field is less. It is also called as retentivity. Retentivity of substance is less. Then what about the value of coercivity? Coercivity is nothing but the value of applied magnetic field which is required to remove the retention magnetic field. So coercivity value is also less in case of soft farads. So in case of soft farads, both these values are less. As these values are less, the size of hysteresis loop is going to compress. Size of hysteresis loop is less. Size of hysteresis loop is less. What size of hysteresis loop denotes? Size of hysteresis loop denotes the hysteresis loss. As the size of hysteresis loop is less, so hysteresis loss is less. Hysteresis loss in soft farads is less, and both the size of hysteresis loop or the hysteresis loss, they are nothing but the loss of energy per unit volume. As the size of hysteresis loop is less, it means that energy loss per unit volume is less in case of soft farads. So in case of soft farads, energy loss per unit volume is less, as the retentivity value, coercivity value, these are very less. Also energy loss per unit volume is also less. So these materials can easily get magnetized and demagnetized. These materials can easily get magnetized and demagnetized. So these materials can easily get magnetized and demagnetized due to their above properties. Also, if we see the presence of impurities or the imperfections in such type of soft farads, then the vacancies or the imperfections present in soft ferrite is very less. Vacancies or imperfections present in the soft ferrites are negligible, and because of this the absence of vacancies or the absence of imperfections, the soft ferrites will have less mechanical strain. Due to absence of vacancies and absence of imperfections, or less amount of vacancies and less amount of imperfections, in case of soft ferrites, the mechanical strain is less. These materials will have less mechanical strain, and there are less values of vacancies and imperfections. Then these materials, that is soft ferrites, can be used to produce electromagnets. As they can easily get magnetized and demagnetized, they can be used to produce electromagnets. They can also be used in the fabrication of transformer or inductor cores, and they can also be used in microwaves. So these are a few of the applications of these soft ferrites. They can be used in transformer core or inductor core and microwave. Then they can be used to produce electromagnets. So one by one we will see what are the soft ferrites. The ferrites are the materials belonging to ferrimagnetic substances. Then they are the resistive materials. There are two types of ferrites based on their size of hysteresis loop, soft ferrites and hard ferrites. In case of soft ferrites, the value of remnant magnetic field or the retentivity is less. Also, the value of coercivity is also less in case of soft ferrites. The size of hysteresis loop get reduced as the size of retentivity and coercivity are very low. Then next, energy loss per unit volume is less as the hysteresis loss of this substance is less. Then these materials can be easily get magnetized and demagnetized due to these properties. Then next, the vacancies present in the soft ferrites are negligible. It means that these materials doesn't consist of vacancies or imperfections, or their quantity is very low, and because of that the mechanical strain in such substances is very low. These materials can be used to form electromagnets, and the other applications of the soft ferrites are they can be used in the fabrication of transformer core, then inductor cores, and also in the fabrication of microwaves. Then next we will move towards what are the hard ferrites. Hard ferrites are opposite to soft ferrites. It means that the value of remnant magnetic field is more. It means that this portion, suppose this represents the soft ferrites, then for hard ferrites, the size of hysteresis loop will be more. Suppose this is soft, then this loop denotes the hard ferrites behavior, property of hard ferrite. So the value of remnant magnetic field means this portion, this value is now more, is more as compared to soft ferrites. That is, retentivity value is more as compared to soft ferrites. Then what about coercivity value? Coercivity value is nothing but the amount of magnetic field which is applied in order to remove the present magnetization in the material or the remnant magnetization in the material. And the coercivity value, as the size of hysteresis loop is small, the coercivity value is also more. Then, what about size of hysteresis loop? As compared to soft ferrites, in case of hard ferrites, size of hysteresis loop is more or large. Size of hysteresis loop is large. Large is the appropriate word. Then what about hysteresis loss? As the size of hysteresis loop is large, the hysteresis loss will be more. Hysteresis loss is more. Then energy loss per unit volume. Hysteresis loss denotes the energy loss per unit volume. As the hysteresis loss is more, hence in case of hard ferrites, energy loss per unit volume is also more. Then these materials can easily get magnetized and demagnetized. So these materials, hard ferrites, cannot be, these materials cannot be easily magnetized and demagnetized. It is difficult to magnetize and demagnetize the hard ferrites as compared to soft ferrites. Then next, the vacancies, imperfections present in the soft ferrites in the hard ferrites are more. It means that they consist of vacancies and imperfections as compared to soft ferrites. Then next, as the vacancies and imperfections are present in them, they will have mechanical strain. Mechanical strain is more. And these materials, hard ferrites, are used to produce, instead of electromagnets, they are used to produce permanent magnets. They are used to produce permanent magnets. Then the other applications of the hard ferrites are, they can be used in the microphones or speakers, then metal detectors, then separators, etc. So these are few of the applications of hard ferrites. And if we see the value of the permeability and susceptibility, is large in both the cases. The value of permeability and the value of susceptibility is large in case of soft ferrites and also in case of hard ferrites. So we will see now the soft ferrites. We have completed the soft ferrites portion and I have explained these points related to hard ferrites. Only we have to make few of the changes which are opposite to soft ferrites. First of all, the value of remnant magnetic field or the retentivity is more in case of hard ferrites. In case of soft it was less. Then coercivity value here in case of hard ferrites is more, in case of soft ferrite it was less. Size of hysteresis loop is large in case of hard, in case of soft ferrites it was less. Then size of hysteresis loss is more in case of hard ferrites, but loss is less in case of soft ferrite, and hence they are preferred for the transformer coils. Then next, energy loss per unit volume is more in case of hard ferrites. In case of soft ferrites, energy loss per unit volume is less. Then as the value of remnant and coercivity value are the less in case of soft ferrites, therefore they can be easily magnetized and demagnetized. But in case of hard ferrites, the values are more and hence they are difficult to magnetize and demagnetize as compared to soft ferrites. Then vacancies and imperfections are not present in case of soft ferrites, and because of that they doesn't consist of any mechanical strain. But in case of hard ferrites, the vacancies and imperfections are present, and due to that they consist of mechanical strain. Then soft ferrites are used to produce electromagnets because they can easily magnetize and demagnetize, and hard ferrites are used to produce permanent magnets. Then other applications of soft ferrites, they can be used in transformer core or inductive core or in microwaves, and hard ferrites can be used in microphones or the speakers, then detectors or the magnetic separators. So in today's lecture we have seen what are the ferrites. They are belonging to the class of ferrimagnetic materials, and we have seen also the types of ferrites, that is soft ferrites and hard ferrites. Thank you.